Fog Entertainment back again with another movie review, and it is John Wick Chapter 2. Lovely jubbly, big Keanu Reeves in this movie. And you know what? I enjoyed the first one. I think I gave the first one a 7, dare I say. But in this one, I don't know. I feel like there was a lot missing. And I say a lot missing. I feel like I don't know how they've made 4 movies out of this. Of course, the fourth one has literally just been released. It's in cinemas, and I might go see it. I haven't even seen the third one yet, so I mean, I'd like to see the third one before I go see the fourth one. But that is what it is. But in terms of this movie, there was one scene that I just thought almost like just kills the movie, and we'll get to it a bit later on. But we kick off with like our prologue essentially, where we have John. He recovers his Ford Mustang from some guy called Abram Tarasov, and he's played by big John Abruzzi of Prison Break, big Peter Stormare. So you know what? Automatically, I was hooked, and this probably was my favourite part of the movie, the opening, where he basically just wipes out his crew, but then Big Peter's like, Big John Abruzzi's like, "We made peace, John," and he's like, "Aye, no danger." He returns home. He's still got the same dog, all that good stuff, and then he gets paid a visit by the big man. Santino De Antonio basically gives him the wee counter and's like, "Mate, I gave you the deal. You could escape, but I had to give you one of these counters. But in return, big man, you owe me a favour." But Big John refuses, and he's like, "John, you can't do this. This is one of the 2 things you can't do. You can't kill on continental grounds, and you can't do the other thing, which is this, reject it." But he does reject it, so he blows up Big John's house with a rocket launcher or grenade launcher, whatever. And then eventually, when he survives this, he goes to the Continental Hotel, and Big Winston reminds him that, "Here, mate, you've just broke the rules." And John's like, "All right." So he sits down with Santino, and it turns out he wants him to kill his sister, who's called Gianna, and she's so he has to fly to Rome. And I like this. I like this because I like the fact we're in a different country, right? This is all good. And when he's about to kill her, she basically says, "I want to do it myself, big man." So she tans her wrists, literally tans her wrists in this like pool. And then John's like watching. And it's just like a very weird, like sexy, weird scene. I don't know. I don't really know what way to describe it. But he puts a bullet in her head. But then the bodyguards arrive. Big Cassian, who he gets into a bit of a feud with here. And then at this point, I thought this was disgraceful. This bit, honestly, I did. So these two have like a fight. This fight just seems like it lasts the entire fucking movie at this point. Honestly, it really does. But eventually, their fight like brawls into like the Rome Continental, and then the two share a drink. John basically explains his reasons for killing Gianna, and then Cassian says he's going to make his death quick and clean, with a sign of professional respect. But then my problem here, folks, is the bit where they have to kill each other discreetly. And this is absolutely fucking ridiculous, right? I'm sorry, this is just absolutely fucking retarded, man. Honestly, I do not get this in the slightest. So they're walking through a subway system, right? They're shooting each other, right? Now, I get it. There's silencers on the gun. But if you're in a subway system or a train station or a bus station or whatever station, man, and there's 2 guys shooting at each other with silencers, you're going to fucking notice it, man. Oh, this is borderline ridiculous and almost like single-handedly ruined the movie for me. I'm not even joking. I'm not even taking the piss, but at this point, Santino has betrayed John. He's put an open contract out on John, 7 million. So things aren't looking good for him, and he's surviving all these assassination attempts. He does spare Cassian, but this whole thing where they had to kill each other discreetly, and then like they're stabbing each other in the middle of the train, and it's like everyone's just looking. It's like, so what happened to discreetly? I get it. No, it's just ridiculous, right? This sucked. This fucking outright. This sucked. There's nothing redeeming about this. I don't see how anyone could ever explain this to me and be like, I'd be like, "No, you know what, actually change your heart. I got that wrong." No. Absolutely not. And eventually he does catch Big up to the big man himself. Guess what? Santino. But Barry King, played by Fishburne, basically says, we'll sort your issues out. We'll sort your injuries out, which is due. And then he walks in to the museum chasing after Santino, but Santino's managed to escape to go to the Continental. And of course, guess what? The Continental, you can't kill him. But John just walks in and kills Santino in the Continental Lounge. And then we get like the ending bit of the movie, which I thought this bit was good. Like the start and the opener I thought was actually genuinely good. Here, basically, he's warned about the contracts in his life. He basically gets given an hour head start here before anyone can kill him. But it's at this point where Winston says to him that here, so you've got an hour, and then basically John Wick's like, well, he's wondering like who's going to come after him, and then like everyone in Central Park in New York is like a hired contractor, which again is kind of a bit ridiculous, but it made for a pretty cool scene. But anyway, guys, that bit in the middle, it ruined the movie. I'm giving it a 4 out of 10. It's lucky it's getting a 4 because I thought it was that bad. Some scenes can ruin shows or movies, and this was one of them. So until next time, peace.